Another sleepless night. Insomnia. Do you guys suffer from insomnia? Is that a normal thing? Or is it just me? It doesn't even have a pattern. And I'm big on patterns because that's how I view my life after my accident. Everything's a pattern. And it's something that I can't stop. That's how my brain works. But this insomnia is the one thing, I don't know, I'm gonna do my best to explain it. It just makes you so tired and so drained. Yet you can't stay asleep. You can lay down and get up, or lay down and then your mind, like I call it my little hamster inside of here, it's just running and 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 running all night long. Some things, like I can understand when you have worries in life, you're obviously going to have these moments of insomnia. And I know I have worries, but they're not as big to keep me awake like now. Like I do really good at how you say it? I don't want to say hiding my feelings, but I do. I'm guilty. And the bad thing about hiding is like, you're building that bubble. Like, you can only blow that balloon so much before it blows up in your face. So those are things that I think we all deal with. I want to say, like, I don't know. I can't speak for you or anybody else, but I can speak for myself, man. Just try every day a little harder and harder to either get better at being me, if that makes any sense to you, but it makes a lot of sense to me. And also trying, well, not trying to get better, but if I can get better, at least I want to do what I'm doing now, like is learning to live with my disabilities. I haven't even applied for Social Security. Like, I don't even, that's something that I avoid. I don't even know why. Don't ask me why. And even though I'm kind of retired right now, but still broke, I told my fiance I'm broke and broken, and I don't see it as a bad thing. I think the little that I have now, it makes me content, it makes me happy. Do I wish for to have other things? Yeah, I'm human, duh. But it's not a necessity for me. I think like living all my life in the military, moving and moving and moving, like I said, I'm 46. By the way, if this is your first time, which it probably will be, I just started this channel recently, like a month ago. But my name is Gabriel or Gabriel, if you speak Spanish. But feeling broke and broken has gave me the feel that I needed, I guess, to move forward with life. Because I was just too busy feeling down because of my disabilities, or embarrassed, or not even want to talk to anybody or hang out with anybody because I don't know. I feel like inside of me, I feel like a burden to somebody, to others. See, that's another thing. And my job was reconstructor. So when I speak, is It's always an adventure what is going to come out of my mouth sometimes. And I say that because most of the time, it hasn't happened till now that I started doing videos, but when I watch the videos back, oh Lord, like sometimes I don't even remember what I just said. And that's part of the TBI, which I suffer from traumatic brain injury, actually severe traumatic brain injury, which a lot of people don't even know that exists, but it does. They call it acute before. It's not acute. It doesn't go away, which that was the second whammy that I got when I started really looking into what was my condition about, because I was in denial, and spoiler alert, I still am. But like I said, I tried to make you're not gonna stop this recording and it's gonna go the same way. So I even forgot what the hell I was saying. I oh yeah. So when I started looking really deep into my conditions and everything, started realizing that the whole entire thing of you're gonna get better by doing this therapy and coping mechanisms and all that. I'm like, well, coping mechanism doesn't exist at all. It's coping. You're learning to deal with your situation. And again, today I feel like all my motor skills are all over the place. I'm actually holding the phone with two hands right now because my hands today are very shaky. So, and it's just me being stubborn when I have a tripod. I just, this was just a feeling and emotion right now that I just went from the bed to the table because I can't sleep. So the last thing I wanted to do is set up a tripod and get more frustrated. So, and that's a way that I deal with myself now. Is every time I'm feeling a little frustrated, I drop it, whatever I'm doing, and I focus on something else, completely unrelated to what I was getting frustrated with. That way, when I get tired of whatever the hell I end up doing, I can come back and be more focused and in a different mindset, I guess. I still, I don't, I don't think I want to say I struggle with making videos. I think I struggle with facing my facing myself on on camera like a mirror. You know, part of that is because sometimes when I see my face, I don't really see my face. So it's hard, man. It's hard. I know it sounds so bizarre and crazy what I'm saying, but yeah, sometimes I even I used to take pictures almost every day, almost 3 times a day of myself, like not for selfie for posting it, but to look at the different faces that I had throughout the day. And to be honest, they're too embarrassed to even post because I'm not doing it for not doing it for like a vanity type of thing. It's just for my own record of how I look at this time, how I look at this time, how I look at that day, how I look in a week later type of thing. But and I had moments that I was angry when I couldn't see myself in the picture that I will delete it and take the picture again and delete it, take the picture again, delete it and take the picture again. You get the point. And sometimes that could go for 15, 20 times, 20 takes. That's why I said I'm pushing myself not to stop this recording and start again. I gotta face who I am and how I speak and how I look, and I gotta cheer myself. Arriba, Gabriel. Sigue para adelante. You know? The difference is that now when I have these problems of insomnia and having a little problem sleeping or concentrating, or sometimes I don't get, well, I want to say that I don't get mood swings. I get not frustrated with people. I get more, is there even a way to describe how I feel sometimes? Um, Sometimes I get irritated. That's the word. I get irritated by people or what is being said around me, or I don't know, like people's actions or simple things that I shouldn't get irritated. But here I am trying to figure out my life. And it's not about I'm in a journey, a spiritual journey that I want to give meaning to my life. No, no, no. I'm already doing something meaningful. It's called living outside of the dark hole that I put myself for almost a year and a half, because I developed agoraphobia, which I didn't even know what the hell that was. But when I started getting the diagnostic and they start reading it in the non-scientific way, holy shit, yeah, that's me. Get super anxious to leave my house. Like, no matter how exciting whatever I'm about to do is, it doesn't really matter. Like, literally, I've had friends in the past that they tried so much, like sometimes, and one of them, one time they just started sitting down outside the house, like, we're gonna go disc golfing, which I didn't even know that was a sport, which is you throw a frisbee instead of hitting a ball, which I suck at golf. But throwing the frisbee, I found like it was just getting the frustration and just throwing it. I sucked at it too, but I could throw something far away and not give a shit about it. But every time they planned, sometimes, some days, I would not leave the house. I'm like, even if all the boys were outside. And we're talking about a group of like 8, 10, 12. Like it was fun when I went out. And once I was out, it was it was fun. It was very, very relaxing, not relaxing, but it was enjoying my own time living outside. But to get me out, that was a problem. The anxiety, my stomach, I will get nauseous. I still do. I still do. It's mostly public places. And you know what is so funny? Last year I gave maybe like, no, not last year, the year before last year. I gave like three, four motivational speeches on stage to a bunch of people. And I was fine. Never thought that that would happen. But then I started realizing that the reason why I was comfortable, it was because when you have the lights on you on a stage, that was my first rodeo on it, you really don't see anybody's faces. Like everything is black past those lights. So it was no brainer. I could be just talking. And I get the same feeling doing this here in YouTube, which I have people like, why you don't do it on TikTok? I don't know. I don't consume TikTok. I feel like I waste my time watching TikTok. I still don't know why people like it so much. Like, I don't even find it entertaining. And the crazy thing is that sometimes the same content that is on TikTok is on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too close mind or not close mind, but there's some things that are like, it makes you more sad that people want so much attention by doing little stupid dances. Sometimes it's for fun, like between groups and stuff like that. But you do see people like, I'm like, dude, do you see yourself doing that for years to keep an income? Because some people do this for a paycheck. Let's face it. I think that all these videos that I make are some painful. Here we go again. So painful to talk about that the last thing in my mind is money. You know, I don't want to feel like a prostitute for my pain or my self doubt. I don't know. I really, now that I put it like that, damn, that sounds horrible. Like, I don't know. If I had to consume anything on YouTube, I think one of my, as an entertainment, that would be probably Mr. Beast philanthropy. Jesus Christ, please give me the strength to speak. Mr. Beast philanthropy, by the way. I doubt that Mr. Beast is gonna watch this, but thank you for what you do. Like everything else you do is cool, but helping people, man. I, I wish I had enough money to help people like that. Like I was just showing my son the other day a video of how far kids actually walk in other countries to get water from a ditch. It broke my heart, but I needed to show him that because look how easy it's for us. Look how easy it's for us. Just grab it, one hand, just like that. It's that easy. We have it that easy. When I was in India and I was not there for a couple weeks, I was there for a couple months. The trash everywhere. I have never seen so many kids walking along on the city in my life. Like my parents will lose their shit if if I left my kids around the city on their own, barefoot. Like you don't know where if they even had lunch, breakfast, dinner. I think that's why I consume his channel because he's actually doing a difference. Now my conditions really don't allow me to have a job or hold a job now. It's crazy to say that I was a casino manager and I could run the whole entire place up and down. Here in Vegas, in a big casino too. Very famous too. But I started seeing how people behind closed doors actually treat veterans with conditions like me. I had a panic attack in the bathroom one day in the middle of my shift, and I collapsed in the bathroom, unconscious. If it wasn't for a supervisor that we've been friends for a long time that noticed that I didn't come back, I probably wouldn't be here again. So if you're being treated like that for a paycheck, shame on me. Shame on me. I ended homeless too. A weird kind of homeless. I had a sport car and a tent with a cat and a litter box inside and a sleeping bag. I would use my laundry as a pillow. I had a sport car and I didn't own a pillow. Ay, Gabriel, Gabriel, Gabriel. Sometimes, to be honest with you, I don't even know how I made it this far. I don't know. There must be a God out there pulling some strings for me. The universe is helping me out a lot, tremendously. But to be honest, I really don't know how I made it this far. Alone, because my parents, I know my family has been always in Puerto Rico. I never really had a family in Puerto Rico. I mean, outside of Puerto Rico, besides my friends, now my fiance. But it wasn't not even like that when I was married. It was just different European cultures clashing. But yeah, that's what I would like to do. Help people. Help people at really, really big scales. At least that's my dream. And it's funny because I always had a bunch of other dreams. Like I said earlier, sometimes I push myself to better myself. And now I better myself helping others. And now thinking about it, everything that I have said in this video, I guess after all, there was a positive side of this whole I can't sleep. How we say it? In insomnia or insomnia or whatever. You guys correct me. Well, I'm not gonna hold you longer in here. I'm just gonna give it I'm just going to give it a shot again. Así. So, good night. Buenas noches.